Hi everyone, Rob from the Average Lawn Guy here. So today I'm going to talk to you about square footage. Every homeowner out there should know the square footage of their lawn. So a very small percentage of us have the perfectly shaped yard where it's a perfect square. So if you have, for example, my yard, you're going to have shapes and weird curves. So what you're going to need to do is divide those sections up. It might take as many as 4 different sections. For me, I'm going to use 3 to 4. So I'm going to take this section here, go straight down, and try to make a perfect square coming back around. So I'm going to take the length of one side and then take the width of one side, times it together, and you'll get the square footage. Once I know this section is divided up, I'm going to move on to the next section. Once you get all sections, you want to add them all together to get your total square footage. The reason why it's so vital to do this is because you need to know how much of a product you're ordering. It helps with liquid applications and especially commercial products, because commercial products requires you to be precise and you have to know your exact square footage. No matter what it takes, even if it takes 8 different sections for you to measure out, it's only a one-time thing. Once you get those measurements and you write it down, you don't have to worry about it again. In the future, if you need any kind of reference or any way to jog your memory of what you have, you will simply go back to what you've written down. So once you have those measurements, you write it down in your book. You want to add your sides, your back, and your front. Get the total square foot. But at the same time, you want to draw a diagram in the book of your home. You don't have to be a perfect artist to do this. You just simply draw your home and notate where the front is, the 2 sides, and the back. Write the square footage of each section. I did go over this briefly in my first videos, which I'll link up in the description. So basically, the short version is to go on Google Earth and type in your address. But as good as it is, it's only an estimate. It is a good estimate, but it's still an estimate. For you to use commercial products, you need to be more precise. An example of how much I can be off, my backyard on Google Earth measured 5,100 square feet, but when I actually did it myself, it was more like 4,900 square feet. So that's 200 square feet off. Sometimes that's not a big deal, but certain products, you do want to be careful. So as you measure out your lawn, if you're going past 25 feet, which I have a 25-foot tape measure, I would mark it with a flag. Move back and keep measuring. So there was one section where I got 50 feet. So my first measurement measured 25, but then I still had a lot of room to go. So I marked it with a flag and kept moving back. This process only took me about 30-35 minutes to do. I could probably do it in 20, but I wasn't in a rush to do it. So depending on your square footage, it might take you a little bit more, a little bit less. but it's a one-shot deal. Remember, you only have to do this once. Once you write it down, you set it and forget it. In my next few videos, I'm going to go over liquid applications. This is where I'm going to go over how you calibrate the tank sprayer. And for some chemicals, such as, for example, prodiamine, you have to know the output of your sprayer, how much gallons it sprays over 1,000 square foot area, which I'll discuss in another video. There was an area in part of my yard where I had to divide it into 3 different sections, just because one section was so oddly shaped there was no way to include it in a general drawing. So as you can see, getting the square footage was pretty easy, just takes a little work. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos.